Here we are back again with the pit, episode 6. This is going to be another weekly breakdown episode of the EU Challenger scene. We are joined again by technical director, Couch regular, Seanyy. How are we doing today, Sean?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. How desperate must you have been?
Desperate.
Second time in a matter of a week, mate.
It's an
We
absolute
must be
pleasure.
scraping the barrel. Let me tell you, we must be.
Top tier quality, mate, on this couch. That's all there is.
Pleasure to be here, my man. Pleasure to be here again.
I'm all for it. We've seen a lot of changes over the last week since we last recorded. I'm quite surprised, to be honest. But that's what segment one's for, right?
That's what it's for, mate. Dive in. Get into it. Come on.
We're going to be retouching off where we left from last week. Another Modern Warfare 3 breakdown on the approach up to the oncoming season. Segment 1 is going to be team overview. Now, again, as we said last week, this is currently what is on the Pro Point sheet, which is what we're going off. These teams could change at any given moment, with it being the Challenger scene. So, we'll start from the top. This week, we're going to show love to a lot more people. Seed 1 again, we've got Team Harry. Harry, Maple, Wee Man, and Henry. We already know that team. I mean, Seed 1 for a reason, right, Sean?
Shock. That's all I'll say, mate. Like you said, for a reason. Say less.
We haven't really seen many changes in the top echelon of the players. So
I don't think you will. Mate.
No, like the top 5 teams, they're stacked. You've got Brezi's team, Vortex's team, the Super Yakko Sukri combo, Team Hixie, which still don't know how's here.
No.
Absolutely criminal. But then we do have Team Dizzy that has been formed in that 6th seed, which is Dizzy, F. Pack, and Nile, which we wasn't expecting from what we heard from last week. So, and I actually really like the look of this team, Sean. Do you?
I love it, mate. Yeah, I think Nile and Pack are two very, very, very good players. Dizzy and F. are definitely not to be sniffed at. No, not saying that they're not, but yeah, it's a very good roster. And I mean, taking up the 6th spot at the minute, like I said, we didn't expect that from last week, but this week that looks like a very, very good roster on paper. And I mean, going into the season, you'd be happy with a roster like that, 100%.
Yeah, and they've got Vindaloo on the coaching as well. So, I mean, it's a really good roster. They could really cause some upsets, to be honest. They could really challenge them top 5 teams. So, 131,000 pro points for a reason. All coming off of great years. So, that's exciting. And again, like we touched on last week, no organisation for that team or any of the above. So, but we won't go into that again as to why. The scene is the scene. It's in its current state. But then right below them seed wise, we've got Resi, Genesis, Kids, and Detain.
Another team stacked, pretty similar to the Dizzy and F. team above, really. I'd say.
Yeah.
Great caliber across the board, and I mean, sitting pretty in with inside the top 8. I mean, he can't ask for more.
Seed 6 and 7 really could cause massive upsets this year, like massive upsets.
100%, 100%.
The next up and comers, but then below that we've got Team Kells, who she's been grinding for years, up to 8th seed this year, like looking great for all of the elites, causing some upsets again, right there with seed 7 and 6. And I mean, what a team that is with Runner and Disarray. Like, absolutely love it again. Top 8 stacked.
Can I just say that years is an understatement, by the way? It actually feels like she's been around for a millennia.
Grinding since
just grinding.
day.
Yeah. Putting people in the dirt, mate.
That's all you got to do. Just keep grinding. Just keep at it. We touched on this last week. Keep grinding, and a few years you'll be up there.
But very, very talented roster again, by the way.
Honestly, seeds 6, 7, and 8, I absolutely love. So, and then the next seed we actually have Falcons Esports. So, looking like they're going into year with Lou T again. I mean, do we see more from them this year? Because last year, I think they'll agree themselves that they weren't where they wanted to be.
I think it's tricky, right? There's a lot of potential, and obviously having Lou T alongside him, I'm guessing he's sitting in the coach area. There's a lot of talent and a lot of potential, right? But like you said, I don't think last year they actually performed to what they thought they could or what they thought they should have done. And I think this year they'll be, like, as they say, out for blood. I think they'll be trying to prove a lot of people wrong.
Mm.
So yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of expectation on him, but also I think there's actually a lot of potential to deliver as well.
Yeah, I wonder with that roster as well, is that like they're so heavily backed that do they have an extra amount of pressure on them to perform, to deliver?
I don't think so. I don't think that gets in your head, does it? I mean, like
No.
these, like they ain't gonna care. They're not. They're there just trying to grind, trying to scream, get that time in. And like I said, just prove people wrong from last year because, like you said, they basically undersold last year.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued to see how this team does perform, and hopefully they're going to do great things. And again, I mean, just stacked team at seed 9, but it's no surprise with these high seeds. And then seed 10, Team Chakstar. Now, this team looks a lot different than it did last week. So we've got Chakstar, Maestro, Piero, and then Chunk. Chunk has been reunited with his duo Maestro, which caught us off guard last week that they weren't together, and now they're back. I'd love to know more details on that, to be honest.
Smoke and mirrors, mate. Smoke and mirrors.
They
Tell you
were.
one thing, mean another. They were always together. Come on, they were always together.
I,
It's only a
I,
matter of time.
I agree. I agree. They threw us all off, but I mean, great to see that duo reconnected, and hopefully they can do great things. What a team that is.
Yeah, like I said again, talented roster.
Very talented. And then we have seed 11 and 12, Team D3 and Anakin Corp. Team D3 is Vital's team along with Blade and Menace and RM Depper. I'm unsure on that game battle's username who that correlates to. Unsure of the name, but Team Vital's never going to be one to disregard, that's for sure. And then
No.
Anakin Corp, Yaza, Nadox, another gross roster. So top 12.
I'm
I mean,
surprised they're actually that low down in the pro points. To be honest,
me too. To be honest,
I thought they'd be a little bit higher. I didn't actually expect them to be that further down. But yeah, that is a bit of a shock. Some very talented players on that roster as well.
no, I agree. But we're just going. I want to go through these top 16 teams. We didn't show enough love in this segment the other day, and then we've got Team Isaac. Again, possibly could be higher seeded. To be honest, I'm a bit surprised they're not. With Coves and Isaac on the team, another gross roster, nearly 50k PPs on that team. So again, stacked seed 4 team. We've got Sean, Cod, Higgy, Keza. Probably again, right? Like,
Honestly, shocked that they're down there. But I'm reading this
yeah.
13, 14, 15, and 16, mate. I'm telling you, I'm actually surprised that every single one of them could be further up.
There's some real upset ability here with
Yeah,
10 through to 16. Like,
it's nuts. It's like look at team aspect below, right? In 15, you got aspect. Was it Brendan? Is it Byron?
Byron
Brian?
Linney, yeah.
Yeah, Byron Linney, and then Trauma, mate. Like again, that roster, you read out them names and you're sitting at currently at 15th. You think what? Like they could be higher. There's some talent, mate. There's gonna be some matchups around that.
Yeah, and then seed 16, I mean, if these seeds stay as they are, you've got Team Brindy, like, yeah, this top 16 this year, everyone's top 8 matches is going to be tough.
Yeah.
Incredibly stacked. If it's seed 1 down, like, they have not got easy top 8 games at all. This year might be more competitive than last year, to be honest, looking at these teams.
You know what? Honestly, looking at it, like you said a minute ago, from 10 through to 16, you could honestly swap either one of them around, and no one would argue. Like genuinely, like that section is stacked, and some of them are like experienced players as well. Like they've been here, been around.
I'm just looking at that again. That's team aspect, seed 15. I
Yeah,
really
it's
like
nuts.
looking at that team.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I think that's one of the standout teams in and around that area, to be honest. That's a great roster. I don't know what else to say on it. Like, they're going to cause upsets. I'm going to make the statement. They're going to cause upsets. There's no doubt about it. And then below that, we touched on most of these teams, but Katana, you got Dashi's team. And then we've got Inglorious. So Inglorious. At last, it's come out, right? We knew this. Avo, our episode 1 guest, managed to connect the dots with Inglorious Gaming, and that is an organisation that's stepping into Challengers for the first time and took Avo's team under their wing. And another org investing in a team outside the top 16. I mean, there's a pattern there again.
Do you know what? I'm just going to weigh in. It's actually nice to see a team like Inglorious take that step and go up.
100%.
Very, very solid organization, ran very well. So I'm actually thrilled to see them actually on this little sheet here and taking that step because they deserve it.
Yeah, the engagements I've had with their owner and the staff around that organisation, honestly, like a lot of people might look at them and be like, not heard of these before, but honestly, a really great org that's done good things in the grassroots of COD in like the XP League and stuff. So again, like you said, just refreshing to see a fresh org stepping in, a good org investing into the Challenger scene.
They're all good people, and like you said, like obviously they're not massively well known. They are quite new, but they're doing a lot of good things and taking good steps clearly. So good luck to them.
Well, we'll see how they get on, but then just below that as well, you've got MWIII Esports as well with Prax and Co, and then you've got Ragnarok Gaming with Genji, Vale. It goes on. You've got Team Spell there as well, Team Lucas. Like, Sean, this is going to be a real issue. These top 30 seeds.
Yeah.
We were saying top 8 matches, top 16 matches might be a bit mixy.
No, actually, no. Yeah, looking at it, top 16 could get a little bit spicy. To be fair, looking at some of these further down.
This year's extremely exciting. We're seeing a lot of names come back, dust off the webs, and they're going to be competing in these first events. So, but
man, I'm excited. This could potentially be one of the most competitive years we've had. I'm throwing it out there. I'm going bold.
I'm going to agree. I think since Cold War, excluding Cold War, like Vanguard, Modern Warfare 2, and this year, I think this is going to be the most competitive out of the last 3 years, 100%.
Yep, and I think it comes down to one thing for me, and it's actually going to segue nicely into our next little area. As long as we know Modern Warfare 3 is going to deliver, as long as the maps are viable, as long as the maps and modes fit, I promise you this is the most competitive year we've had in a long time.
Do you know what? I agree. But before we get on to that segment, right, I'm going to ask you, outside of obviously the top 5, in that top 16 seed, what's your best looking team that can perform the most upsets? Or maybe the biggest upset?
Outside the top 5. Good question.
I've got no mine.
Go on, spit yours, and I feel like mine's going to be different.
Well, obvious one, you've got Team Resi, but it's seed 7, so, you know, maybe not too much of an upset, but I'm Team Trackstar with Maestro and Chunk, or Team Aspect with Ben and Byron, Lenny and Trauma.
I was just about to say Team Aspect.
We won't favour too many teams in here, but this isn't shade for anyone else. I just love the look of that roster, to be honest. Those few rosters, they look fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I agree. Couldn't agree more.
And then, let's go outside the top 16. What's your favourite roster outside of that? Most promising?
I'm going to say Avo's team, with Inglorious. I really like the look of the roster. There is a few others definitely down there that do catch my eye, but yeah, I think it's just outside of that top 16. Probably Avo. Katana as well, show them some love. I think they're going to have a solid year this year. Some very talented people on that roster. So
yeah, like Jackson's just absolutely disgusting. Like the rest of the squad is too, but like Jackson, I think is incredible. And then like you said, I guess Team Avo is an easy pick, right? Because pro points wise, like him and Infinity have so much more than their two teammates because they didn't compete this year. That they're sort of out of place. Those two names, I guess, by a few seeds. But yeah, no, Team Avo for sure, and you got to shout out Katana as well. Get me into that first event.
Looking at them, there's some talent a little bit further down, but I don't think any of them that cause upsets, in my opinion. I don't. No, there's some good talent, but no, I don't think I'm going any further than that.
That's the problem. And anything below that, like, yes, there's some incredible players in there for sure, and no one take offense to it, but you're very seed restricted. Like, you're going to have an extremely hard matchup. So, is what it is. But, yeah, great year. Looking forward to it. Unbelievable teams. Glad to see some more teams confirmed. But as you touched on, let's get into segment 2. And segment 2 is possible comp maps. Now, this might cause a stir. We're going to go through each map, and I want you to tell me what game mode is going to be viable for, in your opinion.
Oh Jesus!
If any.
This is gonna test my memory as well, because it's been a while since I played some of these maps. A long while.
Yeah, it really has. Right, so let's get into it. Afghan map number 1. What are we saying?
Nah, I don't think it's viable.
No.
For any mode. I don't think any mode can save that again.
No, I completely agree with you. So let's go derail next.
Oh, derail. I'd probably say no again. I don't think I don't think I could put a game mode to it. If I was to, possibly control.
Control.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Unless
that's
that'd be too
maybe.
mixy though. I think that'd be too mixy.
There's no wrong answer here, right? We'll let the people in the comments decide.
I might be faded.
I'm gonna go if there's a mode viable, right? Let's go control. Let's lock that in, right? So next we've got state. What are we saying?
Get it out. Get rid. Be gone.
Yeah, I agree. Let's just opt out of that one, shall we? Vivella.
Weirdly enough, right? I think there should be no game mode on it. I don't think just with how many rooftops and like certain places be, I don't think it should be viable. But I could argue that maybe a respawn on there, like control or hardpoint, could hypothetically work. There's a few places you can put hills, but I don't think, like, obviously rotations would be too just messy to deal with, and like the map itself. But yeah, I think you could get away with like a hard point or something.
We'll go with hard point, but the problem with this one is, right, we're 25% of the way through these maps and we have no S&D maps, so let's hope that gets a bit better.
No, it's not. I'm actually struggling to place these. This is how, like, I don't think, no.
Let's go Karachi next then.
Get out.
Wait, you reckon?
Yeah.
Did you not like Karachi?
No, not really. I don't really think I could give a viable answer either. Do you? Do you think you could pin a map on this? Like a game mode on this?
I'm gonna throw it in, right? S&D as a question mark.
Oh, you're lying. Where would you put the bombs?
Don't ask me specifics, Sean. No, there used to be one inside the little like midway house on the right, and then there was one near the bus stop area. Maybe.
Nah.
It's pretty
I'll
small.
allow it. I'll allow it. I'll allow the shout.
Was there one under the bridge as well? Might be one under the bridge, not in the house.
I think out of all of them, I think S&D would probably work the best for that. I don't think anything else.
Well, we've got to come up with some sort of comp rotation here, mate. So, invasion.
Now, before I answer it, can I just say it's a good job we don't come up with it, because with the answers so far, mate, I think the scene would be in trouble. Let me tell you on that one.
Oh, yeah. So, invasion. What do we think?
Invasion. Oh, that's a tricky one. Control.
Control?
Yeah.
Let's get that locked in then. So, episode 5 guest literally said that he thinks this will be in every game mode invasion.
I can see it. Only thing I didn't go with hardpoint was for I don't actually know where I'd put the hardpoints. I think control would be a lot easier just to place 2. I don't know.
I think we go with him. I think he's right. I think this is a map that can work with everything. Do I want it to? No, I do not like Invasion. I'll make that known. But it's a traditional 3-lane map, so...
I'd hate to play S&D on it, though. I'll tell you that for free.
Yes, I agree. But normally, right, if it's in hardpoint, then it's in control as well. It's in another mode, so... We'll see. Now we've got Quarry.
Hardpoint. Spicy one.
Okay.
Throw it out there.
We might get slandered in these comments, to be honest, mate.
Oh, I did that one especially for the comments, mate.
Right.
Bring them all in.
So S&D this year is not looking great. However, Rundown next. I think this is viable for S&D.
I actually don't remember this map.
This is the one with the 3 bridges. It's 3 lanes, so it's got like bridge cutting across that you got across, like, but it's dead way in the midpoint of the map. And there's a little underpass where you can get on there.
Yeah.
I think this will play well on S&D on a respawn game mode. I'm really unsure. Lock it in for S&D?
Yeah, I'll take your word for it. I don't know. I think I'd just keep it out myself, but...
Well, we're probably going to keep the next one out, Rust.
Yeah, get rid of it. There's no way it becomes any viable map.
Next one, Scrapyard. I think that's going to be hardpoint.
I'd agree with you.
Do we see S&D on it?
Nah. Maybe.
Should we put it down?
I don't...
Or not?
I don't think it'd play well, but you could facilitate it. There's places where you could make bombs, like bomb sites.
I think we leave it out, because I'm looking at these next ones, and there's definitely some S&D maps in there.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say on this. Leave it out.
It gets better. Skid Row, which seemed to be their staple map from the beta.
I'd like an S&D on Skid Row.
I think Skid Row might also be in all 3 modes. Maybe not Control. Control might be. Maybe not Control.
Nah.
I reckon it's in hardpoint. And could it be S&D?
I'd like an S&D on Skid Row.
Shall we put another question mark next to that? Or should we just put it in?
Again, listen, comments, come at me. Come at me, mate. I might be faded. I might be speaking the utmost of truth. Who knows? Like I said, it's a good job I don't make the games, because we'd be in a load of trouble with my picks.
Yes, not looking like a great comp rotation. So we've got Sub Base next, which is honestly one of my favourite ever COD maps. I think it's the best snow-themed COD map we've ever had here. I don't know if it's just nostalgia talking, but I used to love playing this map.
Nah, I must admit it was a fun map, but I don't think I'd go as far as to say one of my favourites, but... Bold statement. Alright then, because it's your favourite map, let's ask you this question then. What game mode? What are you giving it?
My heart tells me all 3. My heart's screaming, give me all 3 modes, but I reckon hardpoint. I'd love to see a snow-themed map in a hardpoint, and I reckon S&D, to be honest. I do think this will be one of the better S&D... Actually, I don't know, I'm looking at it, and you've got the windows. Like, that mid-cross is going to be extremely difficult. This is...
Yep.
Question mark.
Well, hey, whatever you go with, mate, just remember the comments I'll get.
Yes, this is true. So, okay. Terminal.
All 3.
Okay. Well, terminal control? I haven't actually thought of that. I wonder how that will go.
All 3.
Next, underpass.
Hated it.
Yep.
Hated it with a passion. Get out. Get rid.
I think it could play okay in S&D, but do I want to see it? Do I think we'll see it? No. And then Wasteland.
I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure. Wasteland.
No.
I don't know what I'd give it. I don't think I could give it anything, personally.
No, I don't think we see it. So, shall we have a look at what we've done? Control is actually not too bad. There's actually 3 maps in it.
Read them back to me. Read them back to me. I feel like we need to do this.
So Control, which I think is probably there's 3 maps on it, right? So we're somewhere there. Derail, Invasion, and Terminal on Control.
I'd be happy with that, personally. I'd be happy with that.
It's not horrendous. It's not horrendous.
Yeah, I don't think out of all them that's the worst picks. I'll be real.
If I'm honest, I don't think Derail will be in there. I think that might get subbed out for a hardpoint map, maybe. Like,
spicy one, mate. I'm telling you, spicy
yeah,
one.
maybe. I think it's solid effort. Hardpoint, we then have Favela, Invasion, Quarry, Scrapyard, Skid Row, Subbase, and Terminal. Now that's 7 maps, so we're probably going to have to cut 2. I think we scrap Quarry.
Yep, I agree.
And Favela.
What else was on there?
Favela,
Was Favela on there?
Invasion,
Yeah, get rid of Favela.
Scrapyard.
Get rid of Favela.
Do you not think Favela be in?
I hope it's not. I mean, I can see how it'd work, I guess, but I just hope it's not.
I agree. Like, it's just weird that it was in the beta, right? But it didn't play well, and a lot of people said that. So I think hopefully listen to feedback and it isn't in.
I like the map. I had a lot of fun in it, but I just for competitive, I just don't know.
So that leaves us with Invasion, Scrapyard, Skid Row, Subbase, and Terminal. I'll be honest, that ain't bad.
It's good. It's really good.
Might be onto something here, Sean. And then S&D, we've got 6 maps. Well, we have 4 definites. We've got Invasion, Rundown, Skid Row, and Terminal definites. And then we've got Karachi and Subbase as question marks. We're probably going to have to pick one out of the 2, so we have 5. I think we pick Karachi over Subbase.
I was about to say Karachi over Subbase any day, I think.
Yes, I don't think Subbase would be sway. Subbase would be very difficult to cross. So, I mean, I don't think that's bad.
I'm interested to see how close we get on this. I reckon we're absolutely nowhere near, but but there is hope. I don't think that's that bad.
I agree.
I don't think it is.
No, I agree. I don't think we've done too bad there. Let us know in the comments how you think we done in segment 2. But that puts us on to segment 3, Sean, of Boston event, which we've had some more details of today.
Oh, Jose, give it me. What are they?
So there's going to be a VIP pass available as of right now. It's come out before any team pass or any general admission pass. This is a 4-day gold VIP pass. This gives you a player meet and greet, access to a VIP party on the Thursday, exclusive seating, which is the front 6 rows of the venue, and you get early access and early purchases in the stores before the event by half hour. And let me just tell you the price of this, Sean. It is $387. Now, what do you think of that?
I actually think that is actually value for money, I think. Read it back to me.
Player meet and greet, VIP party on the Thursday, exclusive seating, which is the front 6 rows, and then early venue and early shopping access, which is 30 minutes before general admission.
I wouldn't say it's massively overpriced, but I mean,
it's about $200 more than a normal ticket.
Yeah, which I guess if you're going for the early access for the player meet and greet, like you pay for what you get, right? Like,
especially if it is cold again, like it was last year, which apparently isn't like that all the time in Boston. Local come out and made a video on it if anyone's seen it on the timeline. That was unheard of normally, that type of weather, but I mean, just skipping them queues for that, right? Which it might be worth it to some. And I think if you're going as a spectator, right, and you want them front seats, then you just do it, don't you?
I think it's worth it, mate. I think it's worth it.
Yeah, no,
is there a certain allocation, or is that limited, or what? Like, what's the?
It is. It's limited. I don't know exactly how many tickets, but it is limited availability. So I guess, to be fair, how many seats there are in the front 6 rows? So,
good point.
Can't be many, maybe a few hundred, maybe, if that. So, if there's still some left, head over to the Boston website and go secure yourself some.
Nice.
But you won't see me with one, I'll say that much.
Yeah, no, I think I'll be joining you in that category, buddy, I think.
Yes, and I mean, other details we've heard on that is that Challengers is going to be in the same venue, the venue that's across the street. It's going to be in a completely different setup. They've guaranteed there's going to be a bit more heating this time for everyone. They've made some changes to the venue, so I mean that's fantastic. And I mean just in general, like this Boston event, everyone I spoke to is excited to attend it. It's probably the one they're most excited for, that and Toronto, and I can see why. Boston just do things right.
Well, look, right, it's first event of the year as well, right? So they're going to go and kick things off with a bang. Everyone's going to be excited for it, you know. There's going to be certain people's first times at like Lands as well, and like I said at the start of the season, everyone's just obviously been waiting in the waiting room for God knows how long now. They just want to get there, so I think there's going to be a lot of hype behind it, and I think it'll be very hard to fail.
Agreed. If this event fails, then we are doomed for the rest of the year, quite frankly.
I think I couldn't agree more there, mate.
But that's all we've got today, Sean. Is there anything else you want to touch on while we have the time?
I don't think there is, you know. There's not, like I said, there's not really much like more news out yet. I said obviously we've got the VIP pass stuff now, and obviously we've gone through the teams that have just been updated. But I reckon they could probably change again before.
Oh, most definitely.
Before the end of next week or the release, so who knows, mate? It's again, it's just the waiting game, really. And this is pretty much everything. Nice, short, sweet episode.
Yeah, and that's probably guaranteed some changes with the teams. But the only other thing is that we're still waiting on the dates for the events, and they come out and said that they're not going to give us them until the game's out. We won't find out until the game's actually out. So,
are you surprised?
No, I'm not. But we won't be too negative. We won't be negative at all. We won't get onto it. But hopefully, we get some dates soon, and we can get some more stuff locked in. But the game drops when this episode comes out, the game will be out tomorrow. So I can't wait for that, and I'm sure everyone else can't. So hopefully this has tied everyone over to that 5 a.m. release tomorrow morning of Modern Warfare 3.
Yep.
And
you know what? I want everyone to go back to the little segment with the maps and clip this. And when I'm right, and I've got them all right, I want the contract on my desk by end of December, mate. That's all I'm saying.
If we've hit that on the head, I think you take the rail out of the control, and we might be somewhere near, and I'm going to be impressed if we are.
No, we're absolutely nowhere near, mate. We're absolutely nowhere near.
God loves a trier. But
God does love a trier.
That's a wrap. If you're watching this on YouTube, then please hit that subscribe button. If you're watching this, listen to this on Spotify, then please hit that 5-star review and drop some feedback in the comments of what you thought and what you thought our map selection was like. And thank you, Sean.
Thank you for having me, mate. It's always a pleasure. Don't forget to share this with a friend as well. Do what the man says. Drop the rating, drop the follow, but share it, man. Spread the word. There's no better place to be. You've got it here first, mate. I'm telling you.
You heard the man. And I'll see you all in episode 7.